Good morning, friends, and welcome to the final day of PSCL play. As the semifinals are in front of us, the Haymakers and Bombers set to square off for a chance to play in the championship later tonight. Haymakers, Bombers. Haymakers enter the Cinderella story this year, the 8th seed entering today. The Bombers a little bit higher up there at the number 3, and they'll send their left-handed stud to the mound. Hunter Holmes will be making his 6th start this summer. First time we see him since July the 9th. He'll face off with Savon Battle, Jackson Huntley, and Jacob Dressler. Here in the first inning, let's play baseball for the final time here in PSCL play. First pitch coming home. It's going to miss outside. We get underway here this morning at 8:37 a.m. Going to be a little bit warmer than it was yesterday. This is our earliest game on the turf field, or rather not on the turf field. As the next one misses up, it's 93 degrees here at game's first pitch. Sunny skies, light haze off in the distance. 2-0 the count here on Savon Battle. Hunter Holmes kicks, steals, and comes home to battle. Off the end of the bat, it's sent out of play. Haymakers again, the lower seed and the road team here in this one, wearing the maroon tops. For the home Bombers, the 3 seed, the yellow tops. Here's the 2-1. Call it a strike on the outside edge. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Savon had a great day yesterday, was all over the field, reached base 3 times, 3 for 4. 2 stolen bases, 3 runs scored. A crucial part of the reason why they're here. 2-2, a soft roller towards short, racing in Gonzalez, who flips it on over to first. That'll be the first out of the ball game. Defensively for the Bombers.
Take a glance at the gloves for the yellow today. Left to right in the outfield, big addition back into this lineup for the playoffs. Brandon Brown in left field. Mason Daniels in center, Nick Schnapp in right, third to first on the infield. Deshaun Johnson at the hot corner, Matt Gonzalez at short. Turning it up the middle with Brandon Dodd, the second baseman. Justice Lucas is at first, Vinny Alfino behind the dish.
That's the defense for the Bombers. Jackson Huntley now to the plate for the Haymakers. Hunter Holmes, the left-hander, comes back. Again, the 6th start of his season, his first of the post. In there for a strike, it's 0-1.
Really liked Jackson Huntley's approach at the plate yesterday. He was able to fight off a lot of pitches, and he's got a lot of reach in that bat. Knows how to cover all sides of the plate.
0-1 to him. Chased it too far and completely fooled at 0-2.
That can be the takeaway from that. If you know what the whole plate looks like and you think you can reach it, some of those pitches feel like they're right in the zone for you.
0 balls, 2 strikes on Jackson Huntley. We're in the top of the first without a score. Huntley, a .294 hitter this year in 16 games. He'll take a high one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Game 1 here. Semifinal matchup number 1. Semifinal matchup number 2 at 11 o'clock. North Stars and Lumberjacks. Winner of those play each other for the title tonight at 7. 1-2. Outside. Jacob Dressler on deck. The rest of the lineup looks like Ryan Rose in the cleanup spot, followed by Joey Mazzetti and Spencer Weston. Bottom third reads Matt Espinoza, Chase Rossman, or I should say bottom 4, Sam Browning batting in the 9, and then Sean Levan. They elect to go with 10 again here today. 2-2 sprayed out of play.
Hunter Holmes doesn't know it yet, but he might have already gotten his toughest out of the day. The thing that ignites this lineup is Jackson Huntley batting with Savon Battle on base. His ability to put the ball in play all over the field, it makes it a lot more dangerous whenever there's already a runner on.
On its way to the Poway native. Full count. Huntley, 6'1", 210. Goes to Palomar College out in San Marcos. 3 balls and 2 strikes as he battles here with Hunter Holmes at the top of the order with only 1 out. Payoff pitch on its way. Got him swinging. Went to the changeup, got Huntley out in front for his first strikeout of the day. There's 2 gone.
That's big time there, being able to win the battle this early in the game. He already showed He missed that breaking ball on the 2-2 count, being able to come back with the off speed and put him away.
Hunter Holmes has never faced the Bombers. Jacob Dressler, the right-handed bat, to the plate now with 2 gone, and the base is clear. First pitch catches the outside corner with a heater. It's 0-1. Hunter also plays some ball up in San Marcos. He's at Cal State San Marcos, 6'4", 185. The lanky lefty. Up and away, 1-1. Native of Eastvale, went to Eleanor Roosevelt High School and graduated in 2020. 1 ball and 1 strike. On its way to Jacob Dressler now with the kick and deal. Skied out to left center field. Moving back on it is Brown. He's not going to get there. It's in the alleyway for a 2-out double. Well, off the bat, it looked like Brown could have gotten there, but that ball never stopped carrying until it one-hopped off the edge of the track. First hit of the ball game for the Haymakers.
Yeah, like I mentioned, Brendan Brown has been out of the lineup for the latter part of the regular season. We saw him on this field come up with a hamstring injury, so they took it easy on him, gave him some at-bats at the DH and EH spot towards the latter half. Now that he's back out there, not sure if he's as limber as he once was, but still a good track, just keeping that from going as far as it did. That's what Jacob Dressler does. He leads the league in hits for a reason.
Ryan Rose now to the plate. Chance out of the cleanup spot to get the Haymakers on the board first. Bluffed him to second. It's a strike called, 0-1. Two outs, runner at second with a big lead. Kind of a strange angle for Jacob Dressler. They throw back to second, and that's why I call it a strange angle. You don't have much to get back with there. He is completely on the front side of the bag, which gives middle infield an extra split second to get a tag down if he's going for the part of the bag that's closer to home. It's not going to matter here. Bouncing ball to second. Ryan Rose will be the final out of this first inning. 2-out double for Dressler. Nothing doing for the Makers. Bombers coming to the plate. It's scoreless. First team all PSCL selection, Deshaun Johnson will lead things off for the Bombers in a scoreless affair semifinal matchup here in the home half of inning number 1 alongside Sam Walters. I'm Steve Granado. Glad you could join us all year long. This is our final day of PSCL action. 2 semis today in the morning. And of course, the championship tonight at 7:05. First pitch here from Daniel Roach is going to bounce in. 1 ball and no strikes. Dueling southpaws here in today's contest.
Yeah, the Haymakers have a couple of top line lefties at the top of their rotation. Evan Shaw is going to be their guy tonight should they make it that far.
Evan Shaw, pitcher of the year for the Haymakers. 2-0. Deshaun Johnson, Nick Schnapp, and Tyler Richardson here in the first. Batting cleanup, Brandon Brown. Then Justice Lucas and Brandon Dodd. The Bombers go with 9 batters today. So the bottom third reads Mason Daniels, Vinny Alfino, and Matt Gonzalez. We'll see if Johnson turns on a 2-0 here. Takes one downstairs. 3 balls, no strikes. A little bit of nerves here for Daniel Roach. He's making his 4th start of the year, 8th appearance. He's allowed 9 earned runs in 10 innings of work. 3-0 pitch. Lost him to begin the inning. Well, playoffs in any situation, Sam, are going to test your bullpen, test your depth, and I think what it's always boiled down to is pitching. Always.
Yeah, and it's going to test that mental fortitude. Being able to make it through innings, working the different batters, advancing through the lineup, just testing every single guy you face.
Only once has Daniel Roach gone 3 innings. Everything else is either an inning or 2 innings or less.
And neither starting pitcher has faced the opposing team.
Upstairs with this one. That's 5 straight to open up the ball game. This is Nick Schnapp batting now with a runner aboard at first. Sean Johnson only stole 1 bag this year. Sean Levan's going to chat. Sam, give me that defense, please.
Sure can. Left to right in the outfield for the Haymakers. Spencer Weston is in left today. Joey Mazzetti covering center. Ryan Rose in right. Third to first on the infield, you just saw Sean Levan at third. Jacob Dressler's at short, turning it with Savon Battle up the middle. Chase Rossman is holding the runner on at first, and Jackson Huntley behind the dish.
After the quick meeting downstairs, 6 in a row to begin the ball game. It's 2-0. And now that's going to draw another meeting on the mound. They're already getting someone loosening as well. That's Nico Manini. College of the Desert kid is getting loose in the bullpen. Kind of rushing his throws already. A little pep in the step. Good morning.
Yeah, the main thing here, once you start throwing strikes, you can't start throwing them down the middle. You can't concede to just throwing get me over strikes, especially against this formidable Bombers lineup.
Again, the Haymakers have been the Cinderella story. Had the big upset yesterday, and they just flat out outplayed the Blue Sox 6-2 final.
Sam Browning flat out outpitched them.
2-0. That's not going to help the confidence. A wild pitch nowhere near. Johnson takes second easily. That's 7 in a row. Clearly not the way he wanted to start his morning. Nick Schnapp hasn't had any reason to take the bat off the shoulders yet. Taking all the way. There you go, 3-1. That's the first strike thrown here by Daniel Roach. A little monkey off the back. Roach Riverside product. R-O-C-H-E. 3-1. Ripped down the line. That is foul. Now Johnson, like Dressler before him a half an inning ago, is also getting that strange lead at second base with no angle. Leading off it like he's at first. He's taking 1 step back. That's better now. The last time he was completely even with the bag. Now he's got a better angle. But still, he's coming in a little early. Swing and a miss. What a comeback there for Daniel Roach. Got him to chase it upstairs.
One away. Not very often you see Nick Schnapp come out of himself to be able to go after a pitch. Typically he's very disciplined, is looking for an inside one. That time it just looked like he knew Roach couldn't find the strike zone as well as he was hoping to already and tried to expand. That's a gift.
Sure is for the first out. Tyler Richardson, the DH. Pop back to us. 0-1. Again, I want you to keep your eye on Deshaun Johnson. We saw no angle. Again, we're talking about angles at second base on your leads. It's better for Johnson than it was for Tressler. That was egregious no angle. That was completely even with the bag. But Johnson's coming in a little earlier than you typically would see. 1 ball, 1 strike. You're normally taking your steps in and finishing your steps as the pitch comes home. So he's coming in about 2 seconds earlier. Now, does that seem like a lot? Might not sound like it. But again, if he spins back to throw, he's already even with the bag by the time he's set. See, he's creeping already. Again, it cuts off your angle to get back to the back part of the bag to save you that extra millisecond on a pick back. He's even. Backwards, 1 and 2. So again, might not seem like much to the naked eye. But if I'm Daniel Roach, I might start thinking about keeping him a little more honest back there at second.
It's got to be something that Jackson Huntley takes into consideration, too, if he ever catches him on too big of a secondary.
Yeah, hasn't been much of a secondary right now for Johnson. Again, a very small, minute detail of the game. 1-2, backwards again, heads up. Came back and hit us in the press box again. Looking for my second foul ball this year. Already got 1. That was like the first week of the summer.
Yeah, I've got a vacuum to my side.
Yeah.
I've got him. I got my popsicles waiting on me.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner at second. 0-0 semifinal matchup. We're in the bottom of the first. One, 2. Sat on and pulled on the left side. Takes a soft hot for Levan. That's a long throw across the diamond, and Johnson takes third. Ground out 5-3, and there's a runner at third base with 2 outs. Brings up Brandon Brown.
Yeah. Sean Levan has to be ready down that third base side because the Bombers love to pull. We see so many ground balls get down around that side and into the corner.
Brown, the left-handed left fielder, out of the 4 spot. 2 outs. Still zeros on the board. Take a strike, 0-1.
It shows you how much during the latter part of the season that this Bombers lineup changed around. That Brandon Brown is now in the 4 spot instead of the leadoff, and Deshaun Johnson is in that 1 spot.
I wouldn't throw that pitch again. Sat on and grounded down the line. A fair ball right down the chalk line to bring home a run. Into second base, an RBI double, Brandon Brown. They gave it in the same spot. It was a fastball that time, but exact same spot, and Brown just pulled it and tucked it.
Shows you. The only big lefty in this lineup. Every side of the plate. These guys know how to send it down.
Sam, we have talked at length about repeating pitches. That was repeating a spot with a different pitch, but the reason that pitch was hit by Brandon Brown was because the way Daniel Roach released pitch number 1. He short-armed it, completely told it. Brandon Brown picked it up, saw that it wasn't the same delivery, knew it was a fastball, was able to turn on it quickly. So it all comes from that first pitch to him. That's exactly why I said I wouldn't throw that pitch again. I definitely wouldn't go to that same spot again, regardless, because of the way he told. Outside with it. Again, Sam, we have talked at length. Don't remember when it was, Haymakers, Bombers, if they are available during that game when we were talking about it, but We've talked at length about repeating pitches and, more importantly, repeating delivery. 1-0. Outside with a 2-0. This is Justice Lucas with a runner at second. It's 1-0 Bombers. Off the plate, 3-0. Second 3-0 count.
Got to be careful here. Got to imagine Justice Lucas has a green light.
Yeah, this part of the ball game early on.
You can't float anything in there. He's already made one pitcher pay on the Coyotes.
Didn't come near the strike zone. That's ball 4. Second walk of the inning. And that's going to be it for Daniel Roach. They're going to go down to the bullpen. It'll be Nico Manini as the Haymakers realize that this ball game is for the championship potential. So they are wasting no time. Daniel Roach will get an early exit, gets 2/3 here in the first. There's runners on first and second. Manini coming in from the pen. Right-hander Nico Manini will inherit a pair of runners with 2 outs and face off with Brandon Dodd as the Haymakers trail 1-0. We're still in the bottom of the first. As the first pitch will be a wild one to get runners on second and third, just squirted through there on the catcher Huntley. Oh, a Cinderella story here for the Haymakers. Bit in jeopardy here in the early going. 1 ball, no strikes on Brandon Dodd, the second baseman. Second and third, they stand.
Can't let the Bombers get off to a too big of an early lead.
Yeah. Not with Hunter Holmes on the hill. Call it a strike, 1-1.
Got to be careful here. Brandon Dodd is a very underrated and under-talked about part of this Bombers lineup. Batting .500, 3 RBI in the playoffs so far. Had a big pinch hit single in the first game versus the Coyotes.
Yes, he did. 2-1 for Nico Manini. This is his 6th relief appearance, 8 of them total. Last time out was 2 days ago against the Bootleggers. He only went 2/3 of an inning that day. Takes one for ball 3. Mason Daniels on deck. Potentially the bases could be loaded. Foul tipped. Brings up a big pitch here. Payoff from Manini. Got him looking with a fastball. Touched the corner to get him for the 3rd out. So Manini falls behind 3-1, comes back to strike out Dodd and leave 2 in scoring position. Minimum damage in the first. We get out of it to the second. 1-0 Bombers. With an inning in the books, we go to the second. It's 1-0 now. Bombers take the early advantage. We'll see how the Haymakers respond. They got a 2-out double back in the first from Jacob Dressler, but left him stranded there. So the 5-man center fielder Joey Mazzetti will lead things off here for the Haymakers. Hunter Holmes' first pitch is on the edge for a strike on the outside part of the plate, 0-1. Down and away. Good news for the Haymakers. In half of the starts that Hunter Holmes has made this summer, he has allowed at least 2 runs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Coming back with it. Way outside, 2-1. Joey Mazzetti, Spencer Weston, and Matt Espinoza here in the inning.
Mazzetti's got it going well in the playoffs. 3 for 7 so far. Double and 3 RBI in the first 2 games.
Takes 4 to win it all. 3-1. Joey Mazzetti taking his sweet time to get back in the box. 31. Ball 4, first walk for Hunter Holmes today, and it puts the tying run aboard here in the second.
Well, this is a different look for the Haymakers considering they only walked one time yesterday versus the Blue Sox.
That was maybe a season low for everybody.
Patrick Sweeney and Andrew Savoy gave up plenty of hits. Ended up going down in that loss as the 2 seed, but only one walk and I believe one hit by pitch that whole game.
The only walk was taken by Ryan Rose in the 5th. And the only one that was hit by a pitch was Sean Levan. 6 runs on 9 hits yesterday. Up and away. 1 ball, no strikes. That's 5 of the last 6 pitches here for Hunter Holmes to begin this inning. Ground ball towards the left side hole. That's going to get into left field. So back-to-back reach to begin the frame, and it'll be up to Matt Espinoza to try and keep the wheel turning.
That's what Spencer Weston does. We already seen him have a big game here in the stadium. He's looking to push his team to the playoff final.
That is tonight at 7:05. Winner of this one plays either the Lumberjacks or North Stars. We will find that out later on today. Your goal today, if you're playing, is to end up playing 2. First and second, nobody out. Ground ball into that exact same hole to left from Espinoza. Wave around Mazzetti. The throw will be cut off, and it's an RBI single. The runner, however, is tagged out at third. Spencer Weston was trying to get to third base. They cut off that throw and get him, but it's an RBI knock to knot this game up at 1.
Well, good on Matt Gonzalez to be there to cover the bag. Almost got ugly there with the slide into third base. Matt Gonzalez did an aerial.
Did.
Looked like Simone Biles over there on the bag.
With a little less grace.
Yeah. And a few less turns still.
Yeah. So that's the first out of the inning. RBI single for Espinoza. He stands at first, and we are back to square one. Quite literally. 0-1. 1 squared. Get it? The ball game is tied 1-1, Sam.
Yeah, and this
You-
one
you
squared.
you look like a deer in the headlights.
I was looking at my book.
Soft grounder to second. Not going to be able to turn 2 of this one, but they'll go to second with it. And that'll be a fielder's choice for the second out. Espinoza is out of the bag. You look like Zach Galifianakis from The Hangover with all the numbers going on in your head.
Carry the 1. Divide the 1.
So 2 outs for Sam Browning. What a day he had on the mound yesterday. For a ball, down and off, 1-0. In the air to right center field. It's going to hang up. We'll see if anybody can get there in time. They can't. Daniels and Schnapp just couldn't get to that before gravity did. That'll go as a seeing eye single for Sam Browning to put him on the corners. Brings up Sean Levan. Chance to give the Haymakers their first lead today. We're tied at 1 in the second. Levan was hitless yesterday, 0 for 2. A strike called, 0-1.
That single looked like most of the contact that the Blue Sox had off of Sam Browning yesterday.
Yeah.
Said, I know that outfield grass well. I'll get myself a bloop single.
1-1. The Bombers bat in their half of the second. Mason Daniels will lead it off as a part of the bottom of the order. One in the air to right. Second opportunity and much easier for Nick Schnapp, who just has to move a couple strides to his right. But a run does come across here in the frame. Matt Espinoza ties this ball game with an RBI single to the bottom of 2. 1 squared. First batter up for the home half of the second will be Mason Daniels. We find ourselves in a brand new ball game tied at 1. First pitch from Nico Manini, who came out of the bullpen last inning, finds the strike zone 0-1. Final line on Daniel Roche, not much to speak of. 2/3 of an inning, a hit, an earned run, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Will not factor today. Upstairs with it 1-1. Mason Daniels, Vinny Alfino, and Matt Gonzalez. Brandon Dodd, the last batter of the first inning, had a 3-1 count with runners on second and third. Came back and struck him out looking. 2-1.
Feels like we've seen Mason Daniels bloom before our eyes. Early on in the season when the Bombers started playing in the stadium, Mason wasn't getting as many starts as he does now. Came into his own and 2 doubles and a triple on the season.
It's a hard shot up the middle. The Battles dive isn't good enough. It'll be a single for Daniels.
Plenty of those.
There you go. Making you look like a genius. Vinny Alfino now. Last game that Vinny Alfino played in was back on July 11th. It's been a few days for him. He went 0 for 3 in that one, which snapped a brief 2-game hitting streak. I'll take one back. 1-0.
Yeah, the Bombers are lucky to have a few catchers that can sub in that place. Alfino got the day off versus the Chill. Richardson had the start, and Peralta was able to DH. They can configure that middle of the order in their catcher spots pretty well. Two really good hitting catchers.
Runner's going to take off and steal second. Mason Daniels had his first stolen bag of the day. The pitch was high. Over his last 6 games entering today, just 2 for 14. Only one multi-hit game on the season. It was back on July the 2nd. Against the Haymakers, went 0 for 3. All the way on June the 25th. 2-0 to Alfino is downstairs and in 3-0. How about this, Sam? Vinny Alfino. 34 plate appearances. 1 walk.
Could help the Bombers big time here. Don't want to put yourself back in double play jeopardy, but Matt Gonzalez is a good contact hitter.
Make that 2 in 35. First walk for Nico Manini. Now the Bombers threatening with first and second with nobody out.
Brandon Smith is going to come courtesy run for Alfino at first.
Correct. Matt Gonzalez, next guy up. See if the Bombers bunt here. We've seen it a little watered down in the PSCL this year in bunt situations, meaning haven't seen it a ton. Third base side, diving in Levan. His throw will be a sacrifice to move him up to second and third. Now making me look like a genius. It's almost like I know this game, Sam. Almost.
We try. There are some things that happens on this field where we're like, oh, is that what that happened? What did you score?
That's you. Deshaun Johnson out of the plate. Again, a first-team All-PSCL selection. Walked and scored in the first. Second and third with 1 out. Infield drawn in here for the Haymakers. They're going to intentionally walk Deshaun Johnson. That'll also draw a mound visit here with the bases loaded. Decision to walk Johnson, Sam?
I'm not sure how I feel about it at this point. It kind of does depend on the results.
But the odds there. That's the only thing we can go off of, and that's the only thing that they can go off of.
Deshaun's cooled off quite a bit, but the toughest thing there is having to decide who you want to pick your battle with, and I think Nick Schnapp is a more fair decision.
They want to face Schnapp with the bases loaded instead. Only 1 out. Downstairs, 1-0. By the way, Deshaun Johnson entering today was 1 for his last 20. 1-0. In the dirt, 2-0. So maybe you should have taken your chances. During that stretch, by the way, 3 walks. Duo pitch. Ground ball towards second. Might get him out of it. Flip on over to Dressler. Relay to first. No, he dropped the baseball on the carryover. And 2 runs will score on the play. So they had the inning-ending double play right in front of them. Dressler bobbled it on the transfer. 2 runs score on the play. Both Daniels and the courtesy runner coming to score to make it a 3-1 Bombers lead. They're going to go out and see if they can weasel their way into an interference call, but I highly doubt that. Going to go as a fielder's choice. 1 RBI on the play for Schnapp. I'm not going to give an error. I'm going to say advanced on the play since it was a drop on the transfer. This game is weird, isn't it? So advanced on play for Vinny Alfino. Thus, 1 RBI for Schnapp. Johnson out at second. Put out goes 4-6. Tyler Richardson next batter. Told you they'd be unsuccessful with that conversation. No way you could pull that one out. Would have been a riot. Sam, one thing I'm also starting to notice here over the last week or so in the PSCL. Guys a little more timid on the base paths.
They are.
Stealing. There was a time about 2 weeks ago where everybody was running. Popped up out of play 0-1. And for whatever reason, guys have just stopped.
Well, the playoffs now, guys don't want to have to face off against what they are going to assume are the better catchers with the better arms on all these teams.
Well, Jackson Huntley does have a pretty good arm.
Yeah, you don't want to give away free outs. And if you're not as confident on the base path, we don't have, other than the Lumberjacks, we don't have more of the most free running teams left here in the playoffs.
Breaking ball for strike 2. 2 runs home here in the inning. Two-strike pitch with the runner taking off. Breaking ball inside. No one's covering second base. The shortstop, Jacob Dressler, doesn't understand why he didn't throw it. Jacob, no one was there. So free bag for Nick Schnapp. 1-2 here.
Tyler Richardson is responsible for 2 of the biggest plays of the Bombers season. Big grand slam in the top of the first against the Coyotes a while ago. And also a steal of home.
Home plate umpire Alton Weaver goes all the way over to the Haymakers dugout to chat. Whatever that was about. Never seen that one. May have been something about the strike zone said there. If I had to venture a guess. Only thing that would warn an umpire going, hey, my strike zone. 1-2 with 2 outs. Runner at second. 3-1 Bombers. Runner goes again in the dirt. Nick Schnapp now making us look like fools. He's taking off all over the place. Again, they're not even looking at him.
Yeah,
He didn't even give him a glance.
Yeah, he's seeing the gaps in the defense right now. Guys are focused on the position and trying to field from Richardson. Just not even paying attention, really.
2-2 out of play. He could get a much bigger lead. Sean Levan not even thinking about holding him. He's all the way at the back cut of the grass.
And they're playing Richardson really deep right now.
Anticipating a hot shot to the corner. He'll be able to get back in time. Don't worry. You can get a massive secondary. Falls off the plate for ball 3. Was ahead 0-2. Now it's filled. Payoff. Fouled off. This ball game's 50 minutes old. We're in the bottom of the second. Conventional wisdom would tell you that this would be a much higher scoring affair if that were the case with the other 2 elements. Not so much. It's only 3-1. Try another 3-2. Scorched foul. That's why they're playing back at third. Brings up the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Runner at third base with 2 outs. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We'll try it again. Pitch number 8. Upstairs, he worked a walk. Richardson reaches first. That'll be the 3rd walk of the inning and the 5th issued by Haymakers pitching today. What a difference from Sam Browning yesterday. Brandon Brown, a double his last time up to bring home a run.
Really needed to get Richardson here. This is not a good spot.
What's up to Manini? This is the guy they have relegated into this role here today to try and get out of this here in the 2nd. Off the plate, 1-0. Bombers can really distance themselves right here. Brown finds a gap, and Richardson gets the wheels turning. 1-0. Gonna be chopped towards second. Hits off of Battle's glove, but it hops on over to the shortstop, Dressler, who just happened to be standing on the bag. What a break there for the Haymakers defense. Battle to Dressler. That'll go as a 4-6 putout to end the inning, just the way you drew it up. That is technically a fielder's choice for Brandon Brown.
Something new every day.
You think you know this game. We go to the 3rd. It's 3-1 Bombers. Top of the order for the Haymakers as we enter the top of the 3rd. For those Haymakers, 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors. And for the home-serving Bombers, leading this thing, 3 runs on just 2 hits. They have walked 5 times and committed no errors in the diamond. Top of the order for the Haymakers, trailing by 2. Hunter Holmes back to the hill to take you through the next 3. Here's Sam Walters.
Here I am, and here's Savon Battle. Back up at the top of the order, he fouls off the first pitch from Hunter Holmes. We've already seen a pitching change for the Haymakers. The Bombers are relying on Hunter Holmes to go at least 5. Saw Ian Wild go a complete game yesterday to put them in this game. Outside, 1-1. As Steve mentioned, Haymakers are out hitting the Bombers at the moment. 4-2. It's a 3-1 ball game and a 1-1 to Savon. Grounded to short. Matt Gonzalez ranges over. Throw to first to retire Battle for the first out here in the 3rd. Second time that Battle's gone 6-3 today. So Jackson Huntley steps up. He struck out versus Holmes' first time up. Started this game at 8:37. We are 5 minutes from hitting the hour mark, and we're in the top of the 3rd. That one misses near the kneecaps. mostly due to the Bombers' halves of the inning. When they're at the plate, things have slowed down considerably. Huntley watches it miss outside. Both of these teams fighting for a spot in tonight's PSCL championship here in the stadium at 7:05. Come out to the stadium and watch that game. Gates open at 6 o'clock. 2-0 to Huntley, skips in. It'll be the winner of Haymakers Bombers and the winner of North Stars Lumberjacks, slated right after this game. Holmes from the windup on the 3-0. In there for a strike. Come on back, Jackson. The same thing happened to Jackson Huntley his last time up. He worked a 3-0. Then Holmes bounced back to get the strikeout. The fouls went off and we're at a full count. Hunter Holmes' history tends to repeat itself. Three balls and 2 strikes to the catcher. Holmes slow from the windup. The pitch is outside. Jackson Huntley walks and that puts a runner on first with 1 out. Second walk issued by Hunter Holmes. Again, we only saw 2 free passes, 1 walk and 1 hit by pitch yesterday to the Haymakers. They were able to bring it to the Blue Sox, mostly stringing together hits. They'll take free passes when they can get it today.
Yeah, any way you can get it.
Free base runners from Hunter Holmes are hard to come by when he's on. Holmes slips off. The breaking ball misses outside.
No stolen base attempts here today for the Haymakers.
Got to imagine that'll change at some point.
Huntley just 1 for 2 this year.
In there for a strike to Jacob Dressler. Well, Dressler led this team in hits throughout the regular season. Has a couple here in the playoffs. He ended up with 1 yesterday. It's 2-1. 2-1 pitch got away.
This is not what you want from Hunter Holmes here today. Can't have a bunch of 3-ball counts. He's not going to be able to get deep in the ball game.
They need him to go as long as he possibly can.
Every team is taxed. Every team.
3-1 for a strike on the inside corner.
You let alone can't go 3-2 to Huntley, lose him, then 3-2 and potentially lose Dressler. That's just things that cannot happen for longevity purposes.
It started happening to Daniel Roach to open this game for the Haymakers. Here's a full count. That one sprayed into center field, racing over as Daniels. He won't get there in time.
It's all the same.
Down for another base hit. That's the 5th of the game for the Haymakers. They're now leading in hits by 3, and they're down by 2 runs.
Think about it this way. That's now 12 pitches to the last 2 batters. So either way you slice it, single or a walk. You just can't allow a runner to reach after falling behind deep, coming back, and then losing him. That's just a recipe for a short stint. Again, every bullpen is taxed at this point.
First pitch to Ryan Rose in there for a strike.
There you go. More of that. More of things like a ground ball here.
Got to work carefully to Ryan Rose. He led this Haymakers team in RBI throughout the regular season.
Got him to ground out to second last time.
Swung on and missed.
There's your repeating pitches. Back-to-back fastballs on the outer edge.
He has Rose down 0-2. Runners on first and second and one out in the top of the third. Kick and deal. Straight foul.
3 straight heaters. That time he elevated a bit.
See what he goes with here. 3 straight fastballs, another 0-2. Another fastball spray back to the screen.
Hunter living in the mid-80s right now, around 85 with his heater.
That's about normal for what we've seen him when he's at his best.
Seen him touch around 86.
Still working to Ryan Rose. Another 0-2. That one sent through the gap on the right side. Another base hit for the Haymakers. They're going to send Chase Patterson to the plate. Coming in, the throw is way late.
Nick Schnapp did not field that ball cleanly. Came up too quick.
Ryan Rose in there with an RBI single. It's a 1-run lead for the Bombers. Going first to third was Jacob Dressler. It's runners on the corners with 1 out.
Sam, I don't think we're making an 11 o'clock first pitch for game 2.
Don't think so.
Yeah, not at this rate.
Hunter Holmes having a visit with Matt Gonzalez and Vinny Alfino before they attack Joey Mazzetti. Three-two ball game. Joey Mazzetti walked to lead off the second inning for the Haymakers. He watches one skip past and it hit him. Second time aboard today for the center fielder Joey Mazzetti, and he hasn't gotten to swing either time. First hit by pitch of the day for Hunter Holmes, then he'll draw a chat for Thomas Nelson.
Well, this day hasn't been one for efficient pitching, huh, Sam?
Not yet.
Not yet. Even that when Nico Manini came in for the final out of that first inning, that went full.
Yep.
A lot of full counts today. Arguably the most efficient was right there. Hit him with the first pitch.
You're not wrong.
Hardly am.
Want to know something crazy?
What's that?
It's the first hit batter of the year for Hunter Holmes.
Bad timing.
Lows the bases here. Jacob Dressler at third. Ryan Rose at second. They both singled, and now Mazzetti at first with a hit by pitch. Spencer Weston up.
Remember, in the playoffs, we have no 2-hour time limit. We are going through 7.
First pitch skips behind Alfino. Coming into the plate is Jacob Dressler, and it's a tie ball game. All runners move up 90 feet. It's 3-3.
Think you know this game, Sam.
Now they're going to get an arm warming for the Bombers. Jake Matisse is up and throwing.
Yeah, you have to at this point.
This is the guy.
That's twice now that Hunter Holmes has been unable to get the shutdown frame after his team took the lead.
That's right.
In 3 innings.
You got to be careful here. This is not the guy you miss a fastball to. The 1-0 to Weston. Tried the outside corner. Back door wasn't open.
Haymakers will also get an arm tossing.
It's Evan Shaw.
Might bring some brevity to this game.
The 2-0. Upstairs.
Walk doesn't kill you here. Doesn't help, but doesn't kill you.
Matt Espinosa was able to come through his last time up with the RBI single. He's on deck.
Sam, infield in here. If he walks him, I wonder if they try and turn two. We'll see how they shake out defensively if that becomes the case.
3-0. Downstairs.
All right, so let's see how they play it.
So the third walk of the day for Holmes is going to load the bases again here in the top of the third.
They're going to go out and buy some time for Matisse. He's only been throwing for, what, a minute? 2 minutes?
It's not been very long.
Oh, they're just going to go right to him. So we've seen two quick triggers today, Sam.
Hunter Holmes able to get one out here in the top of the third. They're going to turn to a new left-hander, Jake Matisse, to take over with the bases loaded and one out. It's tied 3-3. Haymakers have jumped back. We're back in the top of the third. It's tied 3-3, 3 on and 1 out for the Haymakers. The Bombers go to their bullpen for the first time. Jake Matisse will come on for his 9th appearance of the season.
All out of the bullpen. We haven't seen him in 5 days. Last pitch July the 9th.
He'll be fresh to work to Matt Espinosa. His first pitch misses downstairs.
And hopefully for the Bombers, clean it up and give him a couple of innings. Because, you know, best case scenario, the Bombers get away with a win here today. They may be running out of arms at this pace for tonight. That's the quirks of a 2-game schedule today.
The 1-0 is sent into left field. Matt Espinosa RBI single is going to bring in 2. They wave him around. Mazzetti to the plate. He scores. 5-3 Haymakers. Matt Espinosa with his 3rd RBI of the day. all these Haymakers do, they just find gaps. So many singles, they string together hits, and when you give them free passes, 2 walks on the base path this inning. One has already come in to score. The other one is at second.
5, now 6 to reach here in the inning, Sam. 3 hits, 2 walks, and a hit batter.
First pitch to Chase Rossman over on the right side. Deep in the hole, Brandon Dodd can't get it in time. Infield single for Chase Rossman keeps this inning alive, and the bases are reloaded.
Sam, still 1 out.
This is a huge, huge jam for the Bombers.
They were leading 3-1 entering the inning, now trail 5-3. I feel like Sam Browning is due right here for just a massive hit.
He could really put this one out of reaching distance in the coming innings.
Just by what he did yesterday, you feel like momentum and the baseball god's just on this kid's side right now.
Went 7 yesterday. Able to get the win for the Haymakers, secure them a spot in the semifinal. First pitch from Matisse in there for a called strike.
Just feels like something that would happen.
That's baseball for you. 7 innings, gave up 2 earned runs in the win.
All these runs, by the way, charged to Hunter Holmes with still that runner at third, his possession.
And Spencer Weston. That one into center. Sam Browning lifts it deep enough and far enough to score another one. Mason Daniels able to get it. The throw goes to third. Coming in to score is Weston, and that will close the book on Hunter Holmes. 5 runs charged to Holmes here this inning, and it is a 6-3 ball game.
Final line for Hunter, 2 1/3, 6 hits, 6 earned. Hit batter, 3 walks, and a strikeout. Very anti-Hunter Holmes-esque. And if that's the last outing of his summer, which it likely will be regardless, that's a sour note to finish on and what otherwise is a pretty darn good year.
Matisse now working to Sean Levan, the last order in the order for the Haymakers. Fouls the first one down the third baseline. That sac fly just broke a streak of 7 straight to reach for the Haymakers.
Jeez.
0-1 way outside.
10th batter of the inning.
Well, after the ground out by Savon Battle to open it up, it felt like Hunter Holmes was starting to find his groove. But then a walk, 2 singles, a hit by pitch, and another walk. Things started getting out of hand. That one misses low. It's 2-1 to Sean Levan. He flew out his first time up to end the second inning. Already a 3-run lead now for the Haymakers. Another pitch swung on and missed by Levan.
You know what the Bombers need? Quick outs.
I'm going to start buying those T-shirts. I
heart outs.
2-2 pitch with 2 outs and 2 on. In the air down the right side and out of play.
These elongated at-bats don't help nobody if you're wearing a yellow top right now. 1, it's making your defense stay out there longer. 2, it's more pitches from your arms that you desperately need. And 3, can't get any rhythm to get back into the dugout.
Another 2-2. He reaches over and pops it back out of play. So far, none of the runs that have scored this inning are charged to Jake Matisse. He's only given up 5 all year, typically coming in as the closer role, but in a big spot, they turn to him. That went in for a strike, and that's called strike 3. Sean Levan not happy about that one. We weren't too sure about it at first. That will end the top of the third. The Haymakers go down after getting 7 straight to reach. It's now 6-3. Bombers down, heading to the bottom of the third. We're in the bottom of the third, and the 8-seed Haymakers are leading the 3-seed Bombers 6-3 in the playoff semifinal here. From Palm Springs Stadium, Sam Walters with you on coverage with my partner Steve Granado. Nico Manini back to the mound, and his first pitch gets away and hits Justice Lucas in the back.
That might be it.
They've had Evan Shaw warming for a while.
I'm surprised they didn't go to him to open the inning. I mean, it was one pitch, so I guess they will essentially open the inning with him.
Not sure right now.
This is going to be the right guy to go. This is going to be the right move. Famous last words, though, right?
Yeah. They're going to bring in Evan Shaw after one pitch. And it hits Justice Lucas to open up the bottom of the third. The glass slipper isn't quite on yet. There's plenty of ball game left, and the Haymakers turning to a new arm. .63 left-hander Evan Shaw is going to come in to face Brendan Dodd, Mason Daniels, and Vinny Alfino due up here for the Bombers in the bottom of the third. One pitch was thrown by Nico Manini, and it hit Justice Lucas, and they yanked him. Shaw's first pitch to Dodd is swung on and missed, 0-1.
Split time between relieving and starting this year. Sam did Evan Shaw, 8 appearances, 4 starts. Last time out was July the 10th, 4 days ago against the Blue Sox in 2 innings of work.
In there for a strike.
He ended up giving up his season-high 4 runs, 3 earned in that ball game, in what is arguably his worst outing of the year.
In there for called strike 3. Brendan Dodd goes down 3 pitches in the first strikeout for Evan Shaw.
That's what you're looking for.
Quick and easy outs and strikes to go along.
Yeah, filling up the strike zone and forcing batters to do something about it. Not this batters in the driver's seat situation we've had on both sides of the scorecard today.
We'll see how he works to Mason Daniels. His first pitch is downstairs. One out and one on in the bottom of the third. 1-0 to Daniels, straight foul. It's 6-3 Haymakers. They scored 5 runs in the top half of this third inning. All of those charged to Hunter Holmes. Both teams in their bullpen at the moment.
You obviously would like to have saved Evan Shaw for tonight, but you got to get to tonight first.
They chase Justice at first.
That's always the problem you run into in a playoff format that is so shrunk down and compressed. You go, well, I want to use him for this and I want to use him for that. And it's like, well, it don't matter if you don't get there. You got to toe that line and walk that tightrope.
Danielson's another one foul.
We didn't know what a championship game plan would have been for the Haymakers should they get there. But I got to venture a guess it probably was going to be Shaw starting that game tonight.
Most likely.
That's what I would have done. Pitcher of the year.
He's working ahead to Mason Daniels as 1-2. Kicks and deals. That one chopped to short. Dressler, he flips over to Battle. The throw to first is going to be late. And it gets away. Daniels not going anywhere.
Closes the book on Nico Manini, an inning and a third +1 batter. 1 hit, 2 earned, 3 walks, a hit batter, and a strikeout. One of those walks was intentional.
So all Evan Shaw's game now. And Vinny Alfino due up.
Manini, by the way, is on the hook for the loss. Oh, pardon me, for the win. Thank you, for the win.
Vinny Alfino walked his first time up. He taps the first pitch out of play.
Talking about Alfino and how he hasn't gotten the at-bats recently. Last time he was up, and again, his 2 hits in his prior 14 trips entering today. Like to see him get the wheels turning again for the Bombers.
Pick off to first. Got to keep an eye on Mason Daniels. He is the best speed threat that the Bombers have. The 0-1 to Alfino upstairs.
Daniels 6 for 6 in stolen bases this year. Leads the team on a team that doesn't steal a ton.
Another throwback.
Evan Shaw heard me.
He's got ears on the back of his head.
There you go.
His mom wasn't a teacher. It was, who has good ears?
Dogs.
Yeah. His parents were golden retrievers. Daniels takes off, but the pitch is fouled off of Alfino's foot.
What? Sam,
Sorry.
how many games have you called, Sam?
Not enough.
I think you've run out of analogies. Bottom barrel.
I'm still thinking of Mayor Max.
Ah.
Was able to meet the mayor of Idlewild, California.
Too far away, Idlewild. Mayor Max is a dog, by the way.
Yeah.
And is legitimately the mayor of Idlewild.
And he's legitimately a dog.
And he's legitimately adorable.
Max the second. Maximilian. Or
Maximilian.
no, Maximus.
Maximus.
That's the one. The 1-2. Tried the outside corner.
You're thinking of Maximilian Mattern, who was an honorable mention of the All Names team. Second team.
2-2. High and tight. Big spot for Evan Shaw here. This is how you dictate how this outing is going to go. If you allow Alfino to reach, especially for the second time today on a walk, you're telling them that you're conceding that free pass. So a break-even pitch in the air, right side out of play.
Love a good challenge fastball from Evan Shaw there.
Alfino able to hang in. A good battle here in the bottom of the third with 2 outs.
I'd see him elevate here. Touching 88 today.
Another 3-2. Tried the inside. Wasn't able to get the call. Alfino on for the second time today on a free pass.
I think that's because Alfino has a little bit longer legs, and that bottom part of the strike zone just kind of disappears by an inch. That's pretty much as far off Evan Shaw was there, an inch.
So for the second time, Brandon Smith will come run for Alfino. Last time this happened, that run scored. And we'll draw another chat. They'll see how they can attack Matt Gonzalez with 2 on and 2 out. It's 6-3 Haymakers over Bombers at the moment.
Supposed to start another game in 55 minutes. Nope.
Not likely.
Haven't even reached the halfway point of this one. Bottom 3.
The more this prolongs, the harder it's going to be for the teams that play right after this, especially the one that wins and has to play again tonight. That's basically going to be a back-to-back doubleheader, and the later game is 9 innings. First pitch runs inside to Matt Gonzalez.
I take that over sitting at home.
You are right. Came here for at-bats, came here for innings. You're getting them today.
Came here to win.
Today's a long haul. It's win or go home. 1-0 from Shaw. Gonzalez puts that one into left field. It's going to drop in front of Spencer Weston. They send Mason Daniels to the plate. The strong throw from Weston in time. Absolute cannon shot from left field. Spencer Weston guns down Mason Daniels to end the third. Haymakers are going to go to the top of the fourth with some momentum. 6-3 still. Exciting end to the bottom of the third. Spencer Weston guns down a run at the plate to keep the lead where it is. It's 6-3 Haymakers, and after batting around in the top of the third, Savon Battles due up again to face Jake Matisse. First pitch misses upstairs, 1-0. As if the Haymakers didn't need any more momentum heading into this inning. They were able to hold the Bombers scoreless. Another pitch misses. We're in the first game of our playoff semifinal here in Palm Springs Stadium today. The 5-seed North Stars due up against the Lumberjacks, the 1-seed, after this game. Swung on a miss, 2-1. Battle sends it back to the net, evens the count at 2.
Savon Battle's been pretty quiet today. That's uncharacteristic.
2 ground outs to short.
Also had a bobble at second base.
2-2, another one fouled.
All it takes is for him to reach.
We know the trouble he causes on the base path. Throughout the regular season, he batted .500 and added a 3 for 4 day yesterday on top of that. Another 2-2 runs in and hits Savon Battle. That's a mistake. Well, he earns his way on base. It's the first hit by pitch that Jake Matisse has allowed today.
If you take away the top of the first, Sam, the fewest amount of batters to come to the plate in an inning is 5. If you're wondering why we're only in the top of the 4th, there's your answer.
And so far, it's been an outpour of runs, outpour of hits for the Haymakers. Out hitting the Bombers 8-3 right now. Still no errors in this game. It's been clean, long battles at the plate.
Nothing's been easy. Nothing's been given.
Throw to Chase Battle at first. Another throw.
Battle 13 for 15 in stolen bases. In case you're wondering why they keep throwing at him.
Bombers have done their research. They're keeping him there. Still hasn't thrown a pitch to Jackson Huntley yet. First pitch outside. Battle's on his toes. It's a battle.
That was a move. You rarely see a guy go all the way back to the bag on a pitch to the plate. Savann's dancing now.
Another throw a bit late. They thought they had him.
He's all in his head now. Jake Matisse putting on a show. This is cat and mouse 101.
Another throw.
Just varying looks, varying times, dancing, moving, leaning. It's like an Old West showdown.
Gunslinger at the hip. Battle takes off. The pitch is outside. Throw on a hop, and Battle steals it by a mile.
Savon Battle is the good.
We haven't reached the ugly yet.
We've reached the bad. We've hit some bad today.
It's a 2-0 count to Jackson Huntley. He's reached once. He walked and scored in the 3rd. Or at least his courtesy runner, Chase Patterson, did. (2-0). Able to get a piece of it, send it back to the backstop.
Yeah, Jackson Huntley made up his mind before that pitch was thrown. He's going, I'm swinging here. Give me something, please.
His first 2 at-bats, he drew a full count versus Hunter Holmes. He struck out on the first one, walked on the second. 2-1, up high. Well, the issue coming into today for Jake Matisse has always been the free pass and the hit by pitch. 6 walks and 3 hit by pitch throughout the season, matched with his 9 strikeouts. Today so far, he has 1 of each. The 3-1 Battle takes off. Huntley sends it in the air, deep into left field. Brandon Brown chasing to the corner. He's able to make the catch, and Battle has to retreat to second. So Jacob Dressler will dig in. He's 2 for 2 with a double and a single. He scored in the 3rd inning on a wild pitch. Look back to second. No one's covering. Look at this shift in center field. Mason Daniels is playing way over to his right.
Don't see that many that big around here.
A big wide open gap in right center. Another spin back to second. Matisse has to be careful.
Back at it again.
First pitch slider in there for the strike to Dressler.
Need a soundboard for that. Just hit that theme music for me. This town ain't big enough for the two of us.
Who you calling Pinhead?
Very different thing.
Throw back into second and Battle just barely safe again.
Great throw, great tag.
Matt Gonzalez handled it and gave him like a cat paw. That's how cats swat their toys.
This is probably the most fun a battle on the base paths could be. This is just for the love of the game at this point.
They go to the plate. 0-1's outside.
Savon's doing that too now with no angle on the second base attempt. He's, again, even with the bag.
Another spin and throw late.
Another half step, Battle's out.
Playing Jacob Dressler deep to pull. Battle takes off, but he sends it the other way. In the air, Battle's going to have to get back to second. Nick Schnapp makes the catch. His throw into second is in time to catch Battle. Battle took off on that pitch, and the ball skied over to right field. Nick Schnapp, we've talked about his arm multiple times. He's able to catch Battle lurking too far. Double play ends the top of the fourth, and the Haymakers go down scoreless for the first time since the top of the first. It's 6-3. The Bombers looking to get back in this one, down by 3. Evan Shaw was able to come in the bottom of the third and shut down the Bombers' offense. He'll face the top of the lineup with them down by 3 here in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch to Deshaun Johnson, a single to the right side.
That's got to feel good for Deshaun.
Easy approach there. That's his first hit of the day. His third time on base. He was walked twice. Didn't see a strike.
That's Johnson's first PSCL hit since July 8th. It's been 6 days.
I'll pass the bat to Nick Schnapp. First pitch in there for a strike. Well, Nick Schnapp has got to feel good. They took Savon Battle off the base path and into the top of the fourth on his gun throw to second. That went outside. Schnapp struck out in the first. Reached on a fielder's choice. Back in the second. Throw to Chase Johnson. He's in standing.
Is that his brother's name? Chase Johnson?
Chase Johnson is a NASCAR driver.
Yeah, that's a good name for it.
You got Chase Johnson in the Pennzoil car. I don't know NASCAR. That one to the backstop off the glove of Jackson Huntley, and Deshaun Johnson's going to make it into second.
North Stars are here. Boys, you're a little early. It's only the bottom of the fourth here in this one. You might want to go cool down for a while. Grab something to eat.
Get yourself an acai bowl. Or
yeah, there you go.
A smoothie.
Go get a smoothie across the street.
Get yourself a Dole Whip.
Mmm.
I think there's one. There's a little shop across the street, Lappert's, I believe, that sells Dole Whips.
Who needs Disneyland?
I do. 2-1 in the air on the infield. Chase Rossman calls off. He's under it, and he drops it. It hits off of his glove. E3, that's the first error of the game on either side.
Just kind of rolled off the edge of the glove. Happens sometimes. Maybe gave him a little too much time to think.
Like we said, there is plenty of game left for the Bombers, only down by 3 here in the bottom of the fourth. They've got 2 on and no outs for the third hitter, Tyler Richardson. Richardson has reached once today. He walked in the second. Evan Shaw to the plate. First pitch puts the fastball past him.
Yeah, he's trying to tie the game with that swing.
Got to feel like Sean Levan is not ready at third base the way that he's playing the runner. Especially with the pull shots that we've seen from Tyler Richardson this season. So many hot shots down the third base line. Swings through another one, a high fastball put right past him.
Yeah, kind of an interesting angle Levan is taking right now.
He's keeping an eye on Deshaun Johnson at second, and he's done that with every runner in scoring position so far.
He backs up now. He got the memo. Maybe he was anticipating a bunt there, too.
0-2 to Richardson. Slider sweeping into the dirt. Deshaun Johnson takes third on that one. Throw back to second is not in time.
That was a gutsy but pretty good throw.
So as soon as Levan plays back, Deshaun Johnson swipes third. Nick Schnapp follows suit. Giving Nick Schnapp an advance on the throw.
No, that's 2 stolen bases.
So a double steal puts them both in scoring position and a 1-2 count to Richardson. Pitch missed outside and got off the glove of Huntley. Deshaun Johnson in to score at 6-4. Bombers trail by 2. Second wild pitch of this inning for Evan Shaw, and that's going to draw another chat. Haymakers are not afraid to talk things out.
No kidding.
Hey, man, let's just have a chat.
Good thing they're not doing the mound visit limit this year. We'd have ran out an hour ago. I mean, I get it. You don't want this to be your last game.
Use your words. Get things ruled down on the mound. So it's a runner at third and no outs. Two balls and two strikes to the catcher, Tyler Richardson. Shaw's pitch downstairs with the breaking ball.
Running every inning, Sam.
The payoff. Down low again. Tyler Richardson walks. Second base on balls that Evan Shaw is allowed.
Remember, you put Shaw in hoping to increase the pace. There's no outs.
No outs and two ducks on the pond. Brendan Brown here. Brown had an RBI double that put the Bombers ahead in the first. Lefty, lefty, first pitch. Skips in the dirt away from Huntley again. Another wild pitch makes it a 6-5 ball game.
This is not the Evan Shaw we're accustomed to.
There's been a lot of that in the playoffs. We haven't seen the best form of many of the guys.
But then the guy like Sam Browning comes out of nowhere.
The guy who threw 3 2/3 innings before coming in and throwing a complete game. 2-run effort to send the Haymakers to the semifinal. 1-0 to Brown, got a piece of it.
Yeah, you wanted a lot more of that one. He's trying to send that off the light pole.
The tying run stands at second with no outs. The 1-1, Shaw to the plate. That one sent into center field on a line, and it gets under the glove of Joey Mazzetti and rolls all the way to the wall. Brandon Brown digging around second. He's going to third. The tying run has scored. He's in there with a stand-up triple. That's the bat that the Bombers have been missing for over 2 weeks. Joey Mazzetti, a do-or-die play there in center, might have made the wrong read. If he keeps that in front of him, there's a potential that maybe either they had a play at Richardson at the plate or maybe keep him at third.
Just caught in between. Didn't know whether to go or leave. He made his mind up a little too late.
Richardson was at first base. He comes around to score on the triple by Brandon Brown. And we have a tie ball game here in the bottom of the fourth. Bombers have scored 3 already. There's a runner 90 feet away and still no outs. Justice Lucas half swings at the first one. It's 0-1. Lucas has reached twice. He walked in the first and was hit by pitch in the third. Oh, 0-1 shot foul.
Man, does he need this strikeout.
And do the Haymakers need something? They scored 5 in the top of the third, and the Bombers have come marching back. That one grounded to third. Levan looks back. Brown to the base. Throws over for the first out.
That works too.
So Justice Lucas retired for the first out here in the bottom of the fourth.
Obviously, and questionably, the infield in here.
Play close to Brandon Dodd. He struck out twice today. First pitch for a strike.
Coming up on 2 hours, Sam. 6 minutes. Again, we have no time limit.
0-1, shot foul.
Not even in the fifth.
Oh, 2 on a line to first. Rossman able to hang on to it for the second out.
I know Dodd makes it out there, but that's one heck of an inside-out swing. That ball was tailing in towards his hip.
And he sent it all the way tailing towards the line.
What's the geometry on that one?
Sin cos tan.
Sine.
That's the abbreviated. It's tangent, cosine, and sine. It's sin cos tan is here.
I'm
When you
aware.
look at a calculator.
I'm aware. But for you to say sin felt very strange.
Well, it doesn't say sine on the calculator.
I'm aware. I'm aware.
You just, it's 0-1 to Mason Daniels. 1-1. Do you even have calculators when you were in school, Steve?
What does that even mean? Are you implying that I used an abacus for calculus?
Yeah.
I was born in 92, not 1892, Sam.
Do they have Texas Instruments in California?
I'm going to take this game back away from you.
Might have to. It's 2-1 to Mason Daniels. He's reached twice, singled in the second, reached on a fielder's choice in the third. Bombers are trying to say the same thing to the Haymakers. Let me take this game back from you. 2-1. In there for a strike. Brendan Brown still standing at third. The go-ahead run 90 feet away. The 2-2 pitch to Daniels. Swung on and missed. So Evan Shaw, after allowing 3 straight to reach and the RBI triple by Brandon Brown, things are tied here going to the top of the fifth. They strand the go-ahead run at third. It's 6-6. Bombers score 3 in the bottom half of the fourth. Jake Matisse still in for the Bombers, working against 4, 5, and 6 in the lineup. We have a tie ball game. First pitch to Ryan Rose in there for a strike. So again, the Haymakers are still out hitting the Bombers by 3. The Bombers capitalizing on walks and hit by pitch. A few wild pitches mixed in. That one goes back to the backstop. Ryan Rose is 1 for 2. He had an RBI single in the third. That one misses outside for Matisse. Rose was the third to reach in a string of 7 straight for the Haymakers back in the third. He flies that one out to right field. Nick Schnapp under it for the first out. Game 1 of 2 today. 8-seed Haymakers and 3-seed Bombers battling for a spot in the playoff final tonight in the stadium. See what we have in store with Joey Mazzetti. Swings and fouls the first pitch. As that line drive into center field that got under his glove. Do or die play that ended up in the RBI triple that capped off the 3-run inning for the Bombers in the bottom of the fourth. Coming outside. One in for a strike. Yesterday versus the Blue Sox, the Haymakers scored 4 in the 5th. That was how they were able to hold on to the lead until the very last out. Today they scored 5 in the top of the third, but allowed the lead to go back. One, two, tried the outside corner with the breaking ball. Mazzetti has reached twice today, was hit by pitch and walked. He squibs the first one over to short. Deep throw in the hole. Matt Gonzalez able to catch Mazzetti. Is it possible that here in the 5th inning we will see our first true 1-2-3 inning? It's all up to Jake Matisse. And it all is going to have to go through Spencer Weston. Matisse faced the minimum in the top of the 4th. Started off the inning with a hit by pitch to Savon Battle. His first pitch to Spencer Weston misses high. Weston singled in the second and walked the bases loaded to chase Evan Shaw back in the third. That one grounded to short. Easy play for Gonzalez on a run. He gets the out. Good play there by Gonzalez. 2 straight 6-3s in the top of the 5th. The Haymakers go down quietly for the second straight. It's still tied 6-6. The Bombers bats up next. 8-9-1 due up for the Bombers versus Evan Shaw, trying to take the lead back for the first time since the second inning. We are still tied 6-6. First pitch, breaking ball in there for a strike to Vinny Alfino. Vinny has walked twice today, scored back in the second. He chops the first pitch to the shortstop. Jacob Dressler deep in the hole makes the play over to first for the first out. Here's Matt Gonzalez. You have a sac bunt bat in the second. And he singled in the third. Mason Daniels cut down and home on that hit. First pitch strike. Oh, 1 a bit high. Another one near the helmet of Gonzalez. We've just reached 10:45. This game started at 8:37, and we are still in the bottom of the fifth. Two one back out to play. We started this game about 30 minutes early scheduled to combat what's happening right now, all the while. Trying to make it through the first two semifinal games today so that there's plenty of time to recuperate and get rested up for the game tonight. We'll play both semifinals and the final in the PSCL today in this stadium. Full count swung on and missed by Matt Gonzalez. Third strikeout for Evan Shaw. So Deshaun Johnson comes up to bat. He's reached 3 times. Was walked in the first and scored. Was intentionally walked in the second. Singled and scored back in the fourth. First pitch in there for a strike. Oh, 1 catches the zone. Evan Shaw not wasting much time here. He has Johnson down 0-2 with 2 outs. From the windup, the 0-2. Sprayed foul. Again, remember the Bombers are batting 9, Haymakers batting 10. The revolving door has brought them back to the top of the lineup, and Johnson goes for the third pitch. Strike 3 called on the appeal. Fourth strikeout for Evan Shaw. And for some reason and somehow, we have seen 2 straight 1-2-3 innings here in the fifth. We're heading to the sixth. It's still a tie ball game, 6-6. 6 runs on 8 hits and 1 error for the Haymakers. 6 runs and 5 hits and no errors for the Bombers. We're tied 6-6 in the top of the 6th. Winner of this game moves on to the PSCL final. The championship due up tonight at 7:05 in the stadium. 7, 8, and 9 in the lineup due up for the Haymakers, still facing Jake Matisse. Here to take you the rest of the way, Steve Granado.
Thanks, Samuel. First pitch, a breaking ball to Matt Espinoza. Boy, has Jake Matisse been a godsend right now for the Bombers after Hunter Holmes allowed 6 earned on 6 hits and 2 1/3. As this one skied out to center field off the end of the bat of Espinoza, Jake Matisse has been cruising. Got 6 in a row retired since hitting Savon Battle to begin the 4th. Brings up Chase Rossman. Just 2 hits allowed by Jake Matisse.
And this is his longest outing of the season by far.
Needed him today. Breaking ball, first strike. Chase Rossman 1 for 2 with an infield single. Oh, 1. Goes back to that indoor breaking ball. If you're coming here looking for game 2, well, we're still a ways away. Lumberjacks North Stars will start about a half an hour after this one. We're in the top of the 6th inning, tied at 6, so who knows how long this one will last now. 2-1. We will play extras if deemed necessary.
Saw it yesterday between the Rush and North Stars.
3-1. That means we'll put international tiebreaker rules into play, which means the final out of the previous inning will stand at second base with nobody out. 3-1. Swing and a miss. That's a healthy hack there on a changeup. 3-2. Once upon a time, Chase Rossman did reach third base all the way back in the 2nd. He was stranded there. Payoff to him. Went back to the changeup and got him on strikes. Just the 2nd punch out for Jake Matisse today. There's 2 gone. Sam Browning now. Sacked fly today. He is 1 for 1. An RBI and a single. It's a good heater. 0-1. When the Bombers come to the plate, they have 2, 3, and 4 due up. Beginning with Nick Schnapp. A little tight. Not a bad spot to miss. 1-1. Some light stretching going down in the Bombers' pen, but nothing sudden. It's 1-2 now. Stayed alive barely. I've only seen 1 right-hander in this ball game. 5 pitchers combined. 1-2. Same spot he missed the first time, 2-2. This will be a 6 pitch at bat at least. Went back to the changeup. It'll be sent foul. Oh, and caught upstairs a little bit too much. He wanted to bury it a little bit more. You like to see that pitch down and away as opposed to up and away. It goes from rollover at best, turns into a liner and a right. There's a hard shot, one hopper to short. Gonzalez handles, throw high but on time. 8 in a row retired for Jake Matisse, and for the first time we have gone 3 consecutive half innings without a run. To the bottom of 6, Bombers and Haymakers still tied. Well, again, if you are looking for the next semifinal matchup, boy, you have stumbled upon a good one. Tied at 6 in the bottom of the 6th. Bombers will send Nick Schnapp, Tyler Richardson, and Brandon Brown. Entering the frame, Evan Shaw, the left-handed reliever on the hill for the Haymakers, has retired 6 in a row since the RBI triple from Brown to tie the ball game. First pitch to Nick Schnapp. Beats him with a fastball, and it's 0-1. Let's take you through the day. Out of the first, Bombers 1-0. Haymakers tie it in the top of the second. Bombers take the lead back with 2 runs, 3-3. As the 0-1 comes back. Breaking ball for a strike. Then in the top of the third, Haymakers put up 5 to take a 6-3 lead. Bottom 4, Bombers tie it with 3 runs in the frame, and we've been trading 0 since. Tied at 6. 0-2. Just off the end of the bat. So again, you have stumbled upon a good game today. Would expect nothing less for a semifinal matchup, trip to the finals on the line. No balls, 2 strikes. All your summer comes down to these final 2 innings. Evan Shaw, the lefty, deals a 2-strike pitch. Scorched foul. Alongside Sam Walters, I'm Steve Granado. Glad you can join us here on a Wednesday morning, of all things. Still way ahead, Shaw the 0-2. Fastball blown by him. That's his 3rd straight strikeout and has 5 on the day now. 1 gone for Tyler Richardson.
This is looking more like Evan Shaw that we know.
This is what won him the Pitcher of the Year award. Tyler Richardson, a pair of walks today, 0 for 1 otherwise. He scored the tying run in the 4th. He's the last guy to touch home plate. Breaking ball up and out. I always say this, Sam. You never really know, even when you think you know, what you're going to get when you get to the ballpark. You walk in the morning, coffee in hand, uncover the gear, write down your scorecard, and you might be thinking you know what's about to happen. You never know. A strike on the corner, 1-1. Who could have guessed this one? And it's going to have a wacky finish any way you slice it. 1-1 to Richardson. Came back and hit him. That'll put the potential go-ahead run aboard. That breaks up 7 in a row retired. It brings up Brandon Brown. Again, he drove in the tying run back in the 4th. We're about to strike 11 a.m.
That's the first hit batter we've seen since Nico Manini hit Justice Lucas with the first pitch and was yanked after that.
That was back in the 3rd inning. Brown, a pair of extra base hits today. A double, a triple, 2 RBIs. He's reached base 3 times, once on a fielder's choice, but it ended the inning, so it doesn't really count. Runner at first represents the go-ahead. If they're the Bombers, they want to do it right now instead of waiting for a walk-off. Downstairs and away for a strike. 0-1 as the clock dings 11 times. As we approach the middle part of this morning, the middle part of this day. Throw back to first. He was leaning off the bag. Rossman gets him in a rundown, gets it to Dressler, the shortstop. Back to the pitcher, Shaw. It's a foot race. He will dive and tag him out. That's a big pickoff. One, 3, 6-1 on the putout. Erases that hit batter. Evan Shaw ain't afraid to get dirty. Now he works with an 0-1 count on Brandon Brown. Lefty, lefty here on the 0-1. Backed him away with a high slider, 1-1. Two and 1. Evan Shaw has struck out 4 of the last 6 batters he has faced before Brown. Two-one pitch. Got him to swing at a fastball, running away on him. 2-2. When the Haymakers come to the plate, 10-1-2. Sean Levan, Savon Battle, Jackson Huntley. 2-2 pitch. Let's go there. 6 strikeouts for Evan Shaw. The Haymakers fired up. Let's see if they can take the lead as we go to the 7th. We're tied at 6 with a trip to the ship on the line. What haven't we seen in the first semifinal matchup of the day? Haymakers and Bombers have put on a show. As we go to the top of the 7th, tied at 6. Sean Levan, who was hitless today, will lead things off. And Jake Matisse is back out to the hill. He took over all the way back in the 3rd inning. First pitch will be sent out of play 0-1. Again, if you're coming here looking for Lumberjacks, North Stars, hold your horses.
And feed them some hay, Makers.
We'll see. 0-1. Backwards 0-2. Levan, last time up, was the 3rd inning as well. He struck out looking. That ended the inning. 0-2 pitch. Slowly rolled towards 3rd. Picked up by Johnson. He'll have to fire to 1st. The ball gets in and out of the glove. That'll go as an E5. First error on the Bombers defense. Gives an opportunity here for the Makers. And Savon Battle to the plate, who has been rather quiet today, when he has typically been the loudest of the bunch. He's been held at bay, hit by a pitch his last time up, stole 2nd, but was picked off at the back on a double play ball, which, I don't know, pretty darn close. He comes to the plate now looking for his first hit today. 0-2. Go ahead at 1st, they throw over there. Oh, Jake Matisse's pickoff throw, albeit that was just a show me, has been really good today. Nobody out in the inning. Bunted 3rd base side, charging in Johnson. Throw to 1st, he got the job done. Sack bunt to put the go-ahead in scoring position with 1 out. That's all he was trying to do, put the ball in play. Jackson Huntley, like many before him, hitless today, 0-2. He walked and scored in the 3rd. Remember, the Haymakers scored 5 times in the 3rd inning. Haven't got anything since. They had sent 10 to the plate in that frame. Huntley, first pitch rolled on the left side, circling around Gonzalez. Throw is on the money, and there's 2 outs. Levan gets to 3rd, represents the go-ahead 90 feet away for Jacob Dressler. Pair of hits today, including a double.
Right guy in the right spot.
This is what you want. You just want an opportunity.
Your team's hits leader up with a chance to score the go-ahead.
Walk him.
Then you have to face Ryan Rose, who leads the team in RBIs, so.
Go get him. 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. Went soft. It's 0-1. They're playing deep in the left side hole. Matt Gonzalez, the shortstop. Just hoping to cut anything down before it gets to the outfield. The 0-1. Outside, 1-1.
Got to be careful where you place these pitches because there is a wide open gap right up the middle.
No wild pitches today here for Jake Matisse. 1-1 pitch. On the edge for a strike. It's 1-2. 1 pitch from sending this to a walk-off scenario. It'll have to be regardless, but a difference if it's 7-6 or 6-6. We're going to find out right now. The 1-2 popped out of play. Not playable. Let's do it again. Everybody take a deep breath. Levan threatening at 3rd. Not being held. 1-2. Sat on in the air down the right field line. Foul territory. Lucas foul and trips before it lands on the skirt. Kind of tumbled to the ground that time around a little awkwardly. He's kind of walking it off now. Hope he's all right. It's really awkward, and you're running, looking over your shoulder and directly into the sky with, when you know, a half wall coming up. We'll bring up another 1-2 pitch. Runner's going for the plate. They're going to throw there. He's out at home. Sean Levan tried to pull the rabbit out of the hat. And we will go to the bottom of the 7th with a little extra mustard on this one. Tied at 6. Someone's season is going to end today, but I can't even give you a stone's throw chance of who it's going to be. Bombers Haymakers tied at 6 in a 7-inning ball game. We go to the home half of the 7th, 5, 6, and 7. Justice Lucas, Brandon Dunn, and Mason Daniels. Back to the hill is the PSCL Pitcher of the Year, Evan Shaw. He has 6 punch-outs thus far. As he comes home, first pitch to Lucas is fouled back. He was trying to end it with one swing. If we can't figure it out here in this half inning, we go to the 8th with a runner at second base and nobody out. And play on. The 0-1 pitch. Downstairs. It's been scoreless since the end of the 4th. 1 ball, 1 strike. Smack fastball outside, 2-1.
We're going to see Justice Lucas give maybe the biggest swing of his season, and it's going to be glorious.
Sit breaking ball here. 2-1. Went back to the heater and lost it, 3-1. This part of the lineup has 1 hit. Struck out 3 times. All 2 of them against Evan Shaw. Breaking ball fouled off. It's a full count. Not a lot of full counts since that fourth inning. Once upon a time, the Haymakers starting pitcher couldn't get out of the first inning. What a wild ride it's been since. Payoff. Looped out towards the left side, backing up to make the easy grab for the first out is Jacob Dressler. There's one away. Can we go back and talk about Sean Levan's decision to try and steal home?
He tried to sneak one past the team that did it first.
Brandon Dodd 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts, a soft line out last time around. He sends it backwards 0-1. What a gutsy call. Almost paid off.
I'm really not sure. I would have to go back at the video and look. But just what if that caused a balk from Matisse?
That's what I was thinking. That's what you're trying to do. Pitch misses out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Both strikeouts today for Dodd were looking. 1-1 from Shaw. Foul back 1-2. That second one was on a 3-2 pitch. One ball, 2 strikes. Coming home. Breaking ball, got him looking. 2 down. Give Evan Shaw 7 on the day. Boy, has he settled down and settled in. Last chance before extras is going to be Mason Daniels. 1 for 3 today with a single and a run. Down and in, 1 ball and no strikes. If we go extras, it'll be Jackson Huntley at second base, with Jacob Dressler leading things off. Outside with a 2-0. Daniels sends one out of play. Once upon a time, Hunter Holmes gave up 6 runs in 2 1/3. Once upon a time, it was 8:30 a.m. and the umpire was late. 2-1. Off the plate, 3-1. Once upon a time, we had a ball game scheduled for 11. Three-one pitch. Make it 3-2. I believe the Haymakers dugout has just received a warning. This ball game over the last inning or so has gotten a little chippy. Hockey, they call that garbage time. Three and 2 your count on Mason Daniels. Evan Shaw searching for his second 1-2-3 frame. 3-2. Flipped out to right field. That's down the line and fair. Inning will continue. Regulation continues. A 2-out, 2-strike single for Mason Daniels. Puts the winning run at first for Vinny Alfino.
And the best base runner on the base paths for the Bombers.
They're going to go chat. What's the strategy moving forward here? Don't focus on him.
Don't walk Vinny Alfino.
Yeah. Alfino has walked twice today, so don't walk him again. Grounded out his last time up in the 5th. First pitch outside, 1-0. If we go extras, remember, the winning team, regardless, is going to have to figure something out pitching-wise for the game tonight. 1-0 your count. Smoked into left center field. That ball hit pretty well. That one's out and towards the alleyway. Rounding third and heading to the plate. Here comes Mason Daniels. There will be no throw. The Bombers are headed to the ship. The Cinderella story is over for the Haymakers. Final score today, 7-6 on a walk-off double from Vinny Alfino.
The biggest time he could have ever come through. Any time today. We've talked about how he struggled at the plate as of recent. We talked about the struggles to even get on base. 2 walks today and the walk-off.
At 11:20 a.m., the Bombers punch their ticket to the finale and knock out the Haymakers with a two-strike single with 2 outs, and then a 2-out game-winning double from Vinny Alfino. That goes to Mason Daniels first and foremost.
And they did it against the pitcher of the year. He was cruising through 3, Evan Shaw was.
It was that single that kick-started a mini rally, and eventually that double wins the whole shebang. What a ball game to kick off Championship Wednesday. Walk-off winner for the Bombers. Vinny Alfino throws on the cape and flies away a hero. Go rest up. You're playing tonight at 7:05. The next game on the docket, North Stars Lumberjacks, coming up in about a half an hour. Figure an 11:50 or so first pitch for Game 2, our last semifinal matchup. We'll find out who the Bombers are playing. We'll talk to you here shortly, but for Sam Walters and for all of us here at the Power Summer Collegiate League, thanks for tuning in. One last time, Bombers 7, Haymakers 6. We'll talk to you shortly in just a moment.